First off, man, I just want to say that's a really good team that we just beat. It's a team that's going to compete for a Conference USA championship. Jason and I, Coach Hooten and I have competed against each other for years, man. I think it's like, 16 or 17 years we've been on opposite sidelines, whether it would be assistants or head coaches. I know how good he is and how good that team is. So for us to be able to pull this off, man, I'm really super proud of our guys. And we talked about being the tougher team. And because I knew that New Mexico State was going to bring some toughness, and so I do think we did that today. I think that we made some championship plays. We were on the floor for loose balls, and we made tough plays when we needed to. We got to work on our mental toughness a little bit down the stretch, but we'll continue to work on that. I think the scoring was really even. I know Sebo had a good day, and Braden had a good day in the scoring total, but we got to get his percentages up. If he's going to take that many shots, he's got to shoot a better percentage. But Braden was huge from the free throw line. So we had a major problem on the defensive glass in the first half. I think they might have had 10. I could be wrong on that. They finished the game with 13, according to this. And so we did a much better job. I don't think we win the game if we don't do a better job in the second half on the offensive glass.
Yeah, if you just want to talk about, touched on it earlier, but grinding out this win, kind of staying composed and being able to grind this one out as it goes late.
Yeah, I mean, we've still got to get better at finishing games. I did this last, a couple days ago up at Pepperdine. I did it today. I told those guys at the 4-minute media, we are playing to win. We are not playing not to lose. And so, but I do think we did a better job today than we did at Pepperdine. But we still got to continue to get better. But that comes with time. Just like everybody around the country, we got a lot of new faces. They're learning how to play with each other. And so we just got to learn how to win the right way. And that's by staying aggressive. And we don't have to pull the ball back. We play with a shot clock. We want to take the best shot we can. And then defensively, we've got to move our feet, be tougher, and not foul so much. We put them on the free throw line I don't know how many times in the last 4 minutes. And then we got a technical foul, which you just cannot do. That turns into a 4-point play. And so we just got to do a better job. But again, super proud of our guys, man, because I thought, toughness, our grittiness, I think is the reason why we won the game today.
3 consecutive wins for y'all, kind of right in the thick of non-conference play. Talk about kind of this hot streak y'all are hitting and building momentum and kind of taking that from one game to the next.
Well, the most important thing is winning at home, right? And we've been able to do that. We don't have another home game in the first semester, and so we were able to hold court at home, in this non-conference season. And we've been good. I think we won our first true road game earlier this week, and we split our MTE out in Florida. And so I think this team has done exactly what it's supposed to do. I think this week is the first time we maybe exceeded what people expected of us. I think if you look at the odds makers and the numbers people, we had a 30% chance to win today. You know what I mean? And so we did something that we weren't expected to do. I think, going on the road and playing at Pepperdine versus a West Coast Conference team, we would be considered the underdog. We did what, we exceeded what we were supposed to do. And so that's the direction we're heading. And if you want to be able to cut down nets at the end of the year, that's what you have to do, right? And so I love the momentum. This is a huge win for us. I don't know where they're going to be, but I don't know if they have another game or not, but they win their next one. We're probably playing against the number 1 team in the country next. And so I don't know if Abilene Christian's ever played the number 1 team in the country or not. So, but, we got a big challenge ahead of us with these next 2 games. But, man, we're going to go out and compete. We're going to go out there and we're going to get better like we always do.
Coach, talk about your bench, not just Sebo. A lot of good production, good minutes, good, 36 points off the bench. Talk about how having that depth helps you guys. Yeah,
I think it's been a good thing and a problem because we don't have a true rotation yet. But I think that's the way it's going to be all year. We have guys that came off the bench today, like Rich Smith hasn't started the last 2 games. Came off the bench, he was huge. Christian Alston came in and did exactly what we needed him to do. If that group wasn't playing so well during that time, then I think that Christian would have got more minutes in the second half. We just had that group that was playing so well at that one point. But I think our bench has been fantastic all year. They know that, man, I'm going to play them, if they're ready to go. And, we've had a different starting lineup every single game. And I think that's just the way it's going to go this year.
You touched on earlier, but being undefeated at home for the first time since 2022 to 23 season, talk about building that home court advantage here and being able to play at your best kind of in friendly confines here.
Yeah, that's got to be important. We talked a lot about that in the summer. And I know a lot of people aren't talking about winning your home games in the summer. But we struggled with that early in January last year. We only got a couple of them, and we weren't able to take care of business. And so we talked about how if we want to have a chance to compete for a conference title, we have to be able to win our home games, especially the way the league's set up this year, playing everybody 3 times and, going to California twice and going to Utah Valley twice and all that good stuff. But we've got to take advantage of our home games. And so I think it's a big thing. We've got to, there is no easy game on our schedule left. I don't know if we've had one, but there's definitely not any left. And so we've got to make sure we take care of business at home.
You mentioned earlier about 2 Big 12 games kind of on the horizon. Talk about the mindset going into those games and also playing maybe your best basketball right now leading into those.
Yeah, I think we are. I think we're, so far, so good. We're continuing to get better. I don't think we're at our best yet, but I think we've gotten better each and every game and each and every week. And we know that we have a tall task in front of us. Like I said, we potentially are playing the number 1 team in the country when we head to Arizona, and we're going to play probably a top 5 team in the country, 2 nights later. And so we know it's a tall task, man, but this is why we do it. This is why these guys come here to go play games like this. And like I said, if Arizona ends up being number 1 in the country, I don't know if they will or not, but what an awesome opportunity for Abilene Christian University, man. And when we go to BYU, we get to play on national television. What an awesome opportunity. Forget all the other stuff, man. We're going to go out there. We're going to do what we do. We're going to continue to get better. We're not going to focus on the final score. Regardless, we never do. It's exciting when we win, but we never talk about winning and losing until after the game's over. And so we're just going to continue to get better and hopefully have a great trip after a good week of finals.
Did you all have any questions?
Sebo had a great game. What did you see from him overall?
Yeah, I think that's 2 good games in a row for him. And I just, Sebo was our player of the game. We do that hard hat and work boots deal every game, and it had nothing to do with the scoring. Like I mentioned in there, he did hit some big shots when we needed them, but he was really good on both sides of the ball. For 2 games in a row now, he has done a great job of just staying in front of the ball. I've been searching for somebody to stay in front of the ball, and he's been doing that. And then I think that he's letting the game come to him, where I think he was forcing it a little bit early. And so that's why he's seen some success these last couple games. But super proud of Sebo, just like I am with all these other guys. I'm really proud of Christian Alston, who played great in Florida and then kind of had a little tough little run these last couple games, but I thought he went in there today and was great. And like I said, he would have played more if we just didn't have that group of 5 that I played for 10 straight minutes because they were playing so well.
And then you put Isaac in there for a little bit in the first half. What did you see from him whenever he was in there?
Yeah, Isaac's a hit and miss guy for us right now. I love Isaac. Isaac's going to be a fantastic player, and he's getting better every day. I just felt like we had a group today that was playing really well. We threw Isaac in there early because of stoppages. I don't think the timing looks like he played much, but it was really 2 or 3 minutes of real time. And then we threw him in there right there. And you talk about an ultimate team player. We knew that everybody knows he can shoot it. He's had 2 games with 4 or 5 threes. And so we used him as a decoy. And he didn't even hesitate, man. He took off and did exactly what he's supposed to do, which allowed us to get to the rim and make a good play right before half. And so some nights Isaac's going to play 10, 11 minutes. He's somebody that I think about every single game playing. But some nights it's just like this. But that's everybody. I think our whole team, we talk constantly about being a great teammate, right? And because this is going to be one of those years, I think, where somebody might play 20 minutes and then the next game they might play 2. And everybody's got to be on the same page. And so far, so good, man. We show clips every single week of our bench, right? And guys like Isaac, guys like Christian, guys like Sebo in the games where they weren't playing as much have been unbelievable, on that bench. And so I think this team's really starting to get connected, really coming together, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Awesome.
Good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.